Ugh. It's my favorite, I guess. I'll just show you like some of my favorites that I drew. Let me find it. I quite like this. Oh yeah, I also quite like this as well. Part 2 is okay actually. Like in part 2 I like this Joseph and Cars, because Cars' hair was really fun to paint. Yeah, also Kakyo is very nice, especially the background that I painted. I'll show you like my progress later, but I'll just show it to you right now. Oh yeah, I also like Dio's as well. I used like a desaturated red to draw the scars, and I like the shadow that I put. Also like Jotaro's one is fine, but like, I like the shadow that I put. I like this Kira that I drew. It's like half and half. It's like this side is the original him, this side, oh my god, phone. Oh yeah, this one. I also do enjoy drawing Diavolo as well. Like, yeah, this one. Actually, this side is Doppio's eyes, and this one is actually his eyes, or Diavolo's eyes. FF, best girl. She's very easy to draw actually. It's just two-tone colors and that's it. His makeup is fun to draw as well. I'll show you the initial concept later. I really like this one, I guess. I like to draw the what's it called? Top. Yes. When I render it, I leave out the vertical one, but I use white pen to draw the horizontal line. Because it's very hard to like mask it, like whatever. What am I talking about? Yeah, I use this one is okay. I use this saturated green for this as well. Oh my god, the camera just now. Oh yeah, like part 7 has a lot of blonde characters, so like it's very fun to paint their hair. I like this one as well, Kira's. Yeah, I really like part 8. Kira's design is very simple, and I like it. It's black hair and like sailor what's it called? Sailor uniform is very nice. I like sailor uniform, oh my god. And this one, the last one, Josuke. Gappy. Yeah, I like this. Yep, that's it. What a mess, man. Shit. Alright, let's talk about the tools that I use. This year I only used these 3. It's very simple. I've been using this for like, what, 4 years? Ever since I started the Inktober videos, like 2006 or some shit. I keep using the same shit, dude. Like, if you watch like my 2016 or 17 Inktober's when I show my materials, it's the same shit, man. Shit. I mean, yeah, like, I've been using this for years. So, invest a good brush pen, I think. I mean, you do need to buy refills for it, but the refills are really cheap, so just buy tons of it. Or you just buy like tons of this kind of pen so you can use it infinitely or something like that. The both pens are the same actually, like the lightweight or something. Like the pocket brush pen is more, how to say, it's more soft. It's very hard to control if you first use the brush pen, but like the second one, which is the fluted brush, is like it's very hard. Like the brush is hard, so it's very easy for first time user, like beginners. And I just use a random brush pen, and I just fill inks and water in it, and just for rendering, that's very easy. And I use this Winsor & Newton ink for it, and you just add water in it. It's like, I would say 3 parts of water and 1 part of ink for the rendering, so the ink is very dilute, so you can just layer it as you go if you're not confident, you know. And that's it. Alright, let's do this one more time. My name is Peter Park. Shut up. So okay, I'm going to show you my sketch, like my concept for this. I started this around August, I think. Yeah, it's Inktober, but I started the concept around August. Not August, but it's actually last year. Last year, when I was like working on the Inktober, I had an idea for next year, which is this year. I was like, what if I do a tarot card with like had just only like portraits, but when you, by the end of the month, like it's actually an animation, so like when you kind of stack them together and flip it, it's actually an animation. But then like, you know, Jojo Part 5 anime happened, right? So I was like, man, I really like Jojo. Like even before the anime, I was like, man, I already love Jojo, but like, you know the feeling when the animate is like on air and then people are just talking about it. I was like, hey, I wonder if I make like a Jojo Inktober this year. It would be fun. Like, which is like merging the tarot card idea with Jojo, but merged together as like animation, things like that. So like the concept, I will just show you the concept. So let's zoom this shit out. These are very ugly ass sketches, don't mind me. It's like, look at this shit, oh disgusting. So anyway, I started with this sticky note first. It's like I list out the characters that I want to draw for each part, which like the important characters. So at first I was going to do like 31 cards. This is like, you know, 31 days, October, right? But then I found out that it's impossible to make an animation, the animation I want, in 31 frame. The animation, I would talk about the animation, like what I'm trying to do. Let's say it's possible to make an animation emotion in 31 frames. It's actually pretty easy, but then like the thing that I want to achieve is very hard to do in 31 frames. You get what I mean? Shit, anyway. So like this is the character that I listed out. Oh fuck, sorry. Yeah, at first I was just like going to just do 4 characters, but then I was like, man, it would be weird if I not put Arena, so I put Arena. So use screen tones, I'll talk about it later. I want to talk about my process this year a lot, like in more detail, so people will know like the process of it. The reason why I kind of like marked this tree is because at first, right, I was thinking of the 31 frames, right? I was like, should I merge this 3 character in 1 card? Then when I try and design it, it's very like it's so condensed. Like to put 3 characters in 1 card is so like, where should I look, right? So it's very complicated. So I just like split it in 3. So I had to do 50 cards. I have to like torture myself. At first it was like 48 frames, but then I was like, man, it would be weird. So I added 2 more frames. The reason why it's weird is because like at first I didn't put Joseph, the old Joseph, in part 3, so it was supposed to be 48, but then I was like, man, people might be asking, where's old Joseph? So I added old Joseph. So 49 is very weird, so I add 1 more, which is 50, so I add like Joseph with me in part 8. So that's a long story. So this is like, yeah. At first I didn't add Raimi, but at the end I add Raimi, and I was going to cancel Rohan, but I was like, man, Rohan is quite important, isn't it? So I didn't add like part 4 Jotaro, unfortunately, because it's too much, right? So I need to like limit myself, even though I added 50 cards or whatever. The most character that I drew in 1 part is actually part 5. Like, Jesus Christ, man, like everyone's so important. I didn't draw Doppio, but I did like merge Diavolo and Doppio together, so it's fine. And yeah, part 6, something like that. At first I didn't add Lucy, but then I added it, and then I realized, oh shit, Mountain Team is quite important as well, but I didn't edit it, so it's fuck it, whatever, it's fine. And then part 8, it was supposed to be like 3 characters at first, but then I added Jobin, Kira Yoshikage, and Joseph, and that's it. Because like we don't have main villain yet, right? So I didn't really draw the main villain. Usually how I order the cards, part 1 and 2 is a bit weird, so we skip it. So like starting from part 3 and 8, the way I order it, it's like, okay, I'll just show you the cards. So starting from part 3, right, I don't start with the main character, I start with the supporting characters, right? And then like the second last character in that part is villain, and then protagonist, and then we start with part 4, right? Like supporting characters, villain, main character. Like again, like in part 5, it's the same. There's a reason behind it, I guess later I will explain it as well. Is the animation. It's like Jono, and then Diavolo, like just here's actually Doppio. I didn't add the freckles because it's too small, but like I think I will clean it up on digital and I'll add the freckles afterwards. Okay, in part 6 it's a bit different. It's because like, you know, like the villains is in the middle of the card, because like I want to add the 3 girls at the end. It's kind of cool. It's like, you know, the squad, you get what I mean? Like, yeah, something like that. The, what's it called? The cell kind of like get rusty and then it breaks at the end. So yeah, something like that. Symbolism, I guess. Like starting from Pucci, it's like the cell is breaking or something like that. Yeah, I did write like protagonists, 8 protagonists, like and antagonists 12 or something, Joe Bros, mentors. And there's like very messy notes that I took. Then like how I would design the cards. Like also like did a brief animation at first. This is the very first draft of the animation. I just like do this. And then also like, yeah, each part have like different borders for the cards. I got designed it. It's like I also did roads, like signature hierarchy design, the arrow thing, stone mask, and then like the swords. It was supposed to have 2 swords here, but then when I really designed it, I feel like it's too much, so I remove it. Oh, also the numbers, the alphabet here, like you can see like they move differently, right? But like when I put it in digital, it actually moves like clockwise, right? It's like, it kind of moves. And then like roundabout symbolism is it's like part 1, right? It points toward the north, right? And then when it comes to part 7, it's the same direction. It's because like alternate universe, we come to a roundabout, something like that. It's a very minor symbolism thing that I put it in my art sometimes because I like it that way. Yeah. And then like also I was going to like change the icons, like every icons for like different supporting characters, but then I feel like it's too much, so I didn't do it. Like there's so many like wild ideas when I was designing this, but then like I didn't really execute it well in the final painting, which is kind of sad. I was going to put stands, you know, like draw stands, but then it's too much, like because I have work and I can't do this every day. I can't like put my energy on this every day. I have to do other stuff as well, so I didn't put it in. It's unfortunate, but what can you do, you know? And then yeah, I started in August 15th. Jesus Christ, man, these are very like, yeah, just like trying to figure out the poses or something. It's very fucking ugly. Jesus Christ. For the animation, like if you notice, if you have a keen eye or something, or if I successfully show the message, convey the message that I was trying to show, so you say it, Jesus Christ, then it's actually like numbers, like the animation, right? This is number 1 first, and slowly change it to 2, so it's part 2. We're in part 2 right now, and like we slowly change the hand to 3. So like, so it's very weird when I first posted on Instagram. It's because like some people ask like, why are they doing like the hand motion? It's because it's actually an animation they're doing in between poses, so it's very weird. So like, yeah, I'm like taking a risk when I'm posting this. So anyway, so it's number 3, part 3, and then like this one, like they glide across is because I'm trying to do the Jotaro signature pose, like when he uses his hand to like glide across his head, is how you say it, whatever. So like it's part 3, right? And then like we change the pose to part 4. It's like, you know, doing the Josuke pose. And this one is like, yeah, Kira is like, yeah, I had fun designing Kira actually. It's like, you know, at first I was like, should I go with like his original design or should I go with the afterwards, the Bites the Dust version? But I just go with both. It's like, why not, you know? So I draw like the hand with rings and shit. Yep. And then it's part 4, so it's like 4 fingers. 4. Oh, Vista. No. And then we slowly switch it to part 5. It kind of looks like Jonathan's pose actually, but then this one is part 6. So 6 is just like, it's like just changing into like 6. And then like I realized I've made a huge mistake. It's because this pose, this shit, man, it's like got him like You know that fucking pose, this pose? I was like, god damn it, it's supposed to be 6, guys. It's not the goddamn pose, man. I'm like, you know what, whatever. The next one is part 7. So, okay, this one I would like to explain it as well. Like, you know, the reason why, okay, they slowly changed it to part 7, right? The reason why they change it here to here is because, like, I was thinking like flip side. I was thinking like alternate universe, you know. So it's like original universe to like the alternate one. So like the hands, they switch the hand. Oh shit. Okay, they switch the hand. Yeah, something like that. Hopefully people will notice it. If not, then I explain it to you already. So like, yeah. Okay, it's very limiting when it comes to like 7 and 8. Part 7 and 8 is because like there's not much character, so it's very hard to do like animation within 6 frames, I guess. 6 frames, yeah. So yeah, it's very hard, but I managed. It's very challenging, but yeah. And then like you switch it. This one, number 8, is very difficult, so switch it to 8. And then like I made another mistake. It's because there's 2 goddamn god damn it. But like it's 8. It's 8, guys. God damn it. Look at this. It's 8. Yeah. I forgot to mention, but part 3 is actually one of my favorite part to paint in this whole card. It's because like each character have unique backgrounds. So I would like to talk about the unique backgrounds. This is, I actually used like the tarot card in Jojo part 3 as reference for their backgrounds. It's like if you go and look, or I just put the reference here, it's like if you look at their stands tarot card, it's actually like, you know, it's the I just kind of like use it as a reference to draw it. I don't really completely like copy it 100%, but I just use it. It's one magician's rat, and then yeah, Hierophant green. I really like drawing this, like, what's it called? Curvy lines. So great. I like his design, is so nice. I really like this, yeah. And then I merged, oh my god, focus. And then I merged these two. I merged Iggy's and Polnareff's background. Like, I kind of forgot, but I just showed the two reference here or something. Yeah, I just merged them. And then, yeah, Hermit's purple. Yeah, the background. And the world, I'm not so sure. I just, because like, I remember his is very hard to draw, so I just saw one panel in the manga, so I just kind of use it. And yeah, this is, yeah, this signature is like stars. I didn't really completely copy the Lucky Land star, but I just, yeah, just stars and mountains. I like drawing the mountains. And speaking of backgrounds, so you may notice the clouds in part 7. Oh no, it's not focused. The clouds in part 7 actually moves. So I'm not so sure if I can do it here, but okay. So see, it kind of moves. Ah, fuck. Yep. So it's fun. It's very fun to draw it. I do it on digital as well. I animated the clouds on digital, and then I painted on traditional. As well as part 8. This one, yeah, it's the branches. It blooms. It was really fun to draw. Oh my god, why am I like smiling right now? So yeah, it's like you can't really see because of this shitty lighting that I have, but I just show it. I will just show the digital one. It's very fun. Like when I was animating the flowers and stuff, I was like, "Wow, this is so fun," or something like that. That's it. Yep, that's all I forgot. I forgot to mention. So this is. I'm still editing the video, by the way. Oh god. Okay, back to the video. Also, like coming up with this animation is a bit challenging as well because I have to look at myself in the mirror couples of times, like couple hundreds of times, like to memorize how I look, how the animation goes. I'll show you this embarrassing video that I shoot of myself as a reference because like I don't know how else I would like reference, you know, because it's really hard to find this animation because it's in my head. So yeah. This is hard. Okay, I would like to show you the sketches of the the very first draft of this animation. So second draft actually, like this is the draft. This becomes this. So animation, I was going with the traditional approach, which is like I use the, what's it called, the light, and I put it on top and I just sketch it, you know. For example, just when I drew this, the first animation, I put it on top and then like underneath the what's it called, the light thing, the light box, yeah, and I just drew the animation. It's just like the traditional animation, like onion skin or something, but I do it in traditional, which is very fucking hard because like the cards, like the cards, that card is not aligned. They're like, I tried to like make them the same size, but you know, it's very hard. So I have this register marks that I did, so like it will look the same, you know, tips I guess. And it's very freaking rough. It's like not really moved that perfectly actually. Like, yeah, some of the animation I also change it after like I scan it in on digital and I refine it. Okay, so I'll just show you some. It's like very freaking rough. At first I was doing it very seriously, but then I got lazy. Afterwards I just like do it like this. Yeah. Yeah, the Jolene's one is like the most detailed, I guess, like detailed sketch. The handcuffs, like it was going to, like I was going to draw stone tree, but I'm like, man, this is too much. Maybe I'll just stop. And then I also like, yeah, Gyro's one is supposed to have like his belt and the guillotine, the execution thing. I don't know what's it called, guillotine, I guess. But then too much. Like I can't I was going to design every single character's background, but then I feel like when people flip, it would be very overwhelming, right? It's like where should I look, you know? So I didn't. So I just make it the same. Yeah. And then Johnny's one as well. I was going to do the task 4, opening the love train, but I didn't do it. Unfortunately, it's too bad. Yeah, very like the draft of the animation as well, like how they would move. You know, this is part 3. I also list like upload Polnareff, Kakyoin and stuff. I switched Kakyoin and to Polnareff actually. I switched it, the order. Yeah, I didn't add Joseph, you know, so that's why I added Joseph. And then yeah, this is part 4. This is, I have no idea what's this. Oh, this is part 4 as well. Yeah, something like that. So after I scan it, right, I scanned the very crappy first draft animation. I cleaned it on digital. It's kind of like cheating, but I really need digital to help me with animation because like I suck. So this is Dio. This is the sketch. I will like clean it up like this afterwards. It's like very clean. It's like this one is very messy and this is clean. After I scan the rough draft and then I just sketch it. So to make it consistent, you know, consistent animation is all about consistency. So this is the animation like this. Yep. It's supposed to have pauses, you know. Yeah. Yep. Johnny looks so fucking ugly, so jeez. Yeah, this the hand is like, you can see I just move a little bit. So like the benefits of digital is like I can move. I don't have to redraw it again, you know. It's so annoying, especially you have a tight schedule and you have work. And then like I took these and I cleaned it up and I also inked the borders using digital, right? So everything is like the same. And then like I make the opacity lower so I can print it out and then I ink it. So it's like very dumb. It's like cheating, but not really. I guess it's like, it's Inktober. I mean, like there's a lot of arguments like about Inktober. Like you're supposed to use traditional, but I think you draw whatever the fuck you want. But to me, I would like to experiment, so like I experiment mixed media, which is digital and traditional. So it's the mix, it's a hybrid, I guess. It's just like journal. What the fuck? So I print it out and I ink it and kind of like render it using traditional. So yeah, something like that. It's very weird. At first I was going to lower the border's opacity as well and ink it along with this, and then I realized I would kill myself if I do that every single day, and it would not be consistent. So I scrapped the idea, thank fucking god. And then yeah, I just did it. So it's supposed to look like this. This is the file that I'm supposed to print. So if I go like this, it's an animation just like the one that I show you countless of times. And this like yeah, people ask me how I did that, how I do it. It's printing. I print it out. I use digital and print it out. Yeah. Okay, I'll show you. Okay, I mentioned screen tone, right? I will show you right now. If you notice, every card that I rendered on traditional is like some of it I use screen tone. Yeah, something like this, right? It's actually, if you you can't tell, but when I touch it, is screen tone. It's like I bought this too, screen tone for Inktober. Man, let me tell you, dude, it's in my country it's very freaking hard to find screen tone, so I had to order it from Japan, and the shipping is fucking expensive. But it's very worth it because like it's actually really fun using screen tone. It's my first time using screen tone. It's very hard at first because like I used this to cut. You're supposed to use X-Acto knife or some shit like that, and you have to use like the what's it called? The tone hera it's kind of like a bone fold or something to like stick it, so it makes sure it sticks or something. But it's fun to do this, and it's very minor, but it looks manga-ish, I think. So yeah, I'm using A4 size. This one is the 112 and this is 90. This is 95. I was supposed to like use screen tone on these areas as well, but then like I realized it's too much, so I use the one that I showed, the ink. I just dilute the ink using water, right? And then use and then I use this brush or like or this paintbrush to paint. And these are the failed ones. Like, so remember I printed out, right? So this is perfect. This is perfect, but I remember I added like the rust like on the cell, so I didn't use it. I reprinted this for part 6, some of the part 6 characters. Let me see. Like, yeah, if I compare these two, I see that's why I reprinted it, so I can draw this. I don't know, I feel like giving out for like people or something, because like I don't know what to do with it, you know. Jesus Christ, you can ink it if you want. Yeah, and these 3 are the failed ones for part 5, because like the reason is, fuck, I fucked it up here. Jesus, I was so mad. But I'll admit like the inking is kind of wonky, so I threw it away. This one, yeah, I don't really like it, so I threw it away as well. This one is Mista's eyes look so dopey, so I don't like it, so I threw it away as well. The failed ones. If you watched to the end, I thank you. Hopefully you find it interesting for me to rambling about my process, even though I stutter most of the time. It's been a while since I do art videos, but it's quite fun, I guess. Sometimes I get too tired to make art because I make art every single day. It's so annoying. But to actually talk about the way I do art, the process is actually quite fun, right? Hopefully you get to know how I make art. Maybe you can use some of the methods that I use or something like that for your art, or maybe you take away some knowledge, hopefully. I don't have much to give, but if you find this very interesting, thank you so much again. I'll be putting this on my online store, which I will link it here, or I just put it here, or you should just put it on the comments description box. You just find it. So it might be a bit pricey, but I think with months of work, the way I plan it, yeah, and the printing is not cheap, so I think, yeah, it justifies it, I guess. Hopefully you will pick one for yourself or something, or if not, it's fine. I appreciate you watching this video and just liking my stuff. It's fine, guys, no problem, man. So I've nothing to say. Thank you so much for watching. Goodbye.